Hey y'all, I'm Daniel and this is Deacon Outdoors. So guys, I want to jump on here real quick and give you all a little bit of an update from that last video. I kind of shut off abruptly on me. The reason for that was my camera died, and that was the day we were leaving for vacation, and didn't really have time to go back and finish up the rest of the video and go over the results from my load development tests from that day, which is something I'm still going to do. So there'll be a part 2 coming whenever I get home. As of right now, I'm crossing the Atlantic and really can't do a whole lot. As you can see, I'm in my stateroom right now and my wife is up by the pool, so I'm figured I'd jump on here while I had a few minutes and update y'all on that abrupt video ending. But I will come back and do a part 2 to that and go over my results from the load development, which were pretty interesting after I got all the numbers from the Rangecraft and figured out my SDs and my extreme spreads. And they were a couple of them that were really good. So I'll have that whenever I get home and jump on here for that. Something else I wanted to touch on real quick is I haven't had a whole lot of people comment on my hat giveaway. Still planning on doing that here in the next week or so. So it's real easy, guys. Just comment hi or just anything. Give me a thumbs up with, so I can have that for an entry. That's all you got to do. I'm going to mail you a hat, and it's the Richardson 112. It's gray and white with the leather patch with my logo on it. You can go back and check out my short and check out one of the other videos where I talk about giving it away. And as soon as I get some more people, if I get enough, I'm going to give away 2 hats. But I need y'all to hit me up with a comment, and also while you're there, give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. I've got a lot of cool stuff coming. I am going to be doing some more traditional archery besides the rifle builds and the firearms. I know that gets to be redundant. There's a lot of gun tubers. Guys, I'm not on here to do this for money. I've said it over and over. This is not my career. I have a career, a good one, and I'm not using YouTube as a platform to make money by no means. I just geek out when it comes to talking about firearms and shooting and archery and everything, and I like having YouTube as a platform to get that out there and talk about it and go into detail about certain things. And that's it. I mean, I was fortunate enough that I became a certified bow hunter ed instructor. I was a certified hunter education instructor with the Missouri Department of Conservation for several years. And I also taught archery with the Nature Center. And I learned a lot about traditional archery during that time. That's why I went back to the longbows that I have made myself and want to start bringing that on besides the firearm aspect. I do love building rifles. I love shooting rifles and reloading for rifles, but I also love traditional archery and shooting, and it's something I haven't done in years, and doing that video really got my energy back from archery, something I haven't had for a while. So I do have a few things coming. I've actually got a brand new bow that just delivered while I was on vacation. So I'll be bringing that on. I've been following another YouTuber, Kramer Amons, and Shatterproof Archery, and he does a lot of handmade recurves and longbows, self bows, laminated bows, and it's all traditional. And I actually ordered one of their bow strings. It's been a long week, guys. I'm tired, but I just ordered one of their bow strings for this bow, and I ordered the wrong length whenever I put my order in. And Kramer's brother Kaz, which runs the Shatterproof Archery part of it, called me personally and said, hey, I just want to check on the length of the string, because the bow that you're wanting to put it on is, we actually do this length versus this length, and that's what we've always had, and it gives you a good brace height. So that meant a lot to me, to be able to have that kind of customer service. A lot of places that are brick and mortar, box stores, anything like that, they would have just shipped it, but those guys know the bow. If, like, I just happened to put what I was going to have on there in the notes, that I was stringing a bow that they talked about. That's the reason I purchased it. They talked about this bow in several videos, and I felt like it was a good purchase, so I ordered one myself. And then when I ordered their string, personally giving me a call saying, hey, this will go well, I'm like, that blew me away, because other places would have shipped you what you got, because they wouldn't have cared less what bow you had. You said you wanted a 56-inch string, that's what you're going to get. Those guys told them what bow I had, ordered a 56-inch, and they're like, hey, just FYI, we use a 57.5 on that bow, and it gives you this brace height. And I'm like, okay, cool, go with that. That's the kind of customer service I'm looking for whenever I look for these smaller businesses to work with, because you get so much more out of them. Just like the gentleman I work with on the muzzle brakes for my rifles, he's a one-man show in his garage, and I reached out to him, talked to him, emailed back and forth with him, and that's the person you're talking to, is the owner and the one that does it. So talked to a couple other people about some bows and another rifle barrel, and the guys, it's truly those people that are responding. And it's just awesome to be able to have that kind of customer service when you have smaller businesses that you can actually talk to the owners and or one of the vice presidents of the company or something like that, and you can one-on-one with them instead of a call center. So I will discuss those companies as I go, because I'm telling you, the ones I've talked to so far have just been amazing to deal with. And Shatterproof Archery is one of those, and I'll drop a link to Kramer's website in the description, because it just blew me away that they called to make sure I got what I needed, not what I ordered. So that's all I got on that, guys. Once again, give me a comment so I can give away these hats. I mean, it's a free hat. I mean, it's a good hat. Richardson's, if you know anything about hats, Richardson's are one of the premier hats on the market. And I've got a closet full of different Richardson hats, working in a John Deere dealership. So I have a ton of Richardsons, and that's what I wanted to go with for my channel. So just like I said, either give me a thumbs up emoji or say hi. You don't have to give me a big old long question or tell me anything. Just that gets you entered. And like I said, I'm going to draw here in a week or two. I need to get a few more entries so I can do that. And also, while you're at it, hit the subscribe button and follow along, because I'm going to have a rifle build, possibly 2 rifle builds coming. I'm working on archery, and I wasn't going to say anything about it yet, but I am working on some black powder. I've got a very special 1851 Navy revolver that is very dear to me, and I'm going to bring it out at some point and go over that with you a little bit, shoot it a little bit, because I do love muzzleloading. That goes back to the traditional stuff. But anyway, guys, I'm excited. My channel's taken off, getting more subscribers, getting more conversations with different companies, and hopefully this thing continues to grow. Like I said, there's no monetary gain on my channel whatsoever. I just nerd out talking about this stuff, guys. Truly, I do. I'm not making a dime off of any of this stuff, and I just love talking about it. And like I said, if I made a mistake, feel free to drop me a comment and correct me, because I don't know everything. I'm still learning, and if I say something that helps you all, that's what I'm after. If telling you about these other businesses and different companies besides the big names that are out there, that's my goal in doing this. Yes, there's some things that I have that are bigger name companies for a reason, but the majority of the stuff I'm trying to do is trying to find the smaller guy that I can bring out there and say, hey, just like with the muzzle brakes, that guy has some amazing products, and I have yet to have one that does not group the same way with and without it. The one I've got on my Axis right now that I'm doing the load development for, I've taken it off and I have shot without it, and I've put it back on and shot with it, and it's phenomenal. I mean, I may have to adjust the scope to get back on 0, but the group size has not changed whatsoever. So that dude turns out some pretty amazing brakes, and they're not overly expensive. They won't break the bank. If you're looking for a muzzle brake, JCB Solutions, his Trident muzzle brakes, they are phenomenal. I've got a couple coming up for the build series I'm getting ready to start on when I get back. Got notification I got my go gauge, I got my barrel wrench set, so I can get my gun swapped over to a factory 110 pencil barrel 7mm 08, and we're going to get rolling on this build series. So guys, that's all I got for right now. I wanted to jump on here and give you a little bit of an update. As you can see, I'm not in my normal workshop, but this is as good a place to any to reach you all, so that's what I wanted to do. So real quick, give me a comment, hi, thumbs up, emoji, anything in the comment section. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next one.